What I'm about to tell you today isn't just a story, it's a secret, a code, hidden in plain sight for over 2,000 years, in the words of the greatest master who ever walked the earth. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to prosper effortlessly, while you struggle, sow, but never reap the fruits you desire? Why do your dreams, your most important projects, seem to die before they even blossom? What if I told you that the answer isn't in what you do, but where you're planting? What if I told you there's a map, a key to unlock potential you didn't even know you possessed? Many have heard this story, few have understood, and today, you won't be one of them. Get ready, because what you're about to hear can change how you see yourself, your failures, and most importantly, your future. This is Jesus' first parable. But not as you've heard it before. Imagine the scene. A crowd gathers on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. The morning sun reflects on the water, the air is charged with expectation. Jesus, seeing the multitude, steps into a boat, moves a little away from the shore, and from that floating platform begins to teach. He doesn't use complex language, he uses life, he uses the field. He says, "Listen, behold, the sower went out to sow." A simple image. A man with a bag of seeds walking through his land. An act of hope, of future. He casts the seeds generously. He doesn't spare them. He scatters them everywhere, believing in the potential of each one. As he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside. The ground there was hard, compacted by the footsteps of travelers. The seeds couldn't even penetrate the soil. They lay exposed, vulnerable. And it wasn't long before the birds of the air came and ate them. They disappeared. End of story for them. Another part of the seeds fell on rocky ground, a place where there was only a thin layer of soil over a bed of stone. The seed, with the warmth and moisture, sprouted quickly. A small green plant emerged, full of apparent life. If you looked from afar, you'd think, success. But there was no depth. There was nowhere for the roots to grow. And when the midday sun grew strong, that plant, lacking moisture and foundation, withered. It dried up as quickly as it was born. The sower continued, and another part of the seeds fell among thorns. The soil there was fertile but already occupied. Weeds, thorn bushes, had already put down deep roots. The good seed sprouted, yes. The plant began to grow, but it wasn't alone. The thorns grew alongside it, faster, stronger. They choked the small plant, stealing its light, its water, its nutrients. And in the end, it bore no fruit. It died, suffocated by competition. But finally, another part. A part of the seeds fell on good ground. A deep, clean, fertile soil. The seed penetrated, created strong roots, found nourishment and space. The plant grew, strong, healthy, resilient, and it didn't just survive, it flourished. It produced fruit. One yielded 30, another 60, and another 100 times more than what was planted. Jesus then pauses. He looks at the crowd, at each attentive face, and says an enigmatic phrase, a challenge that echoes to this day. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. And it is here. It is exactly here that most people stop. They hear a beautiful story about agriculture, but the disciples, those who were closest, felt there was something more. They didn't understand. What did it mean? A simple tale about a farmer? That was personal. They approach Jesus privately and ask, "Master, what does this parable mean?" And Jesus' answer is what transforms this story into a mirror for our soul. Jesus looks at them and explains, the sower is he who spreads the word of hope, of transformation, of purpose. And the seed is that message. It's the opportunity. It's the dream. It's the chance for a different life that comes to you. But the seed is always the same. Its quality is perfect. The potential is infinite. So what changes? Why do some produce fruit and others not? The answer, and pay close attention to this, is in the soil. The soil is us. The soil is our heart. It is our mind. The seed that fell by the wayside represents those who hear the message, the idea, the opportunity. but do not understand it. The heart is hardened. The mind is closed. The message bounces off. It's like hearing a language you don't understand. The words go in one ear and out the other, never touching the soul. And then, says Jesus, the evil one comes, the adversary, and steals what was sown. The opportunity is taken away before it even has a chance to germinate. How many times has a brilliant idea, a wise piece of advice, been presented to you, and due to distraction, skepticism, or a hard heart, you simply ignored it, and minutes later, you couldn't even remember it? That is the wayside soil. Then, the seed that fell on rocky ground. This is so common in our world of instant gratification. It represents the person who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. It's a flash in the pan. The initial excitement. Yes, this is it. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to start that diet, that gym, that project. The person gets excited, buys the material, tells everyone, but there's no depth. The decision is purely emotional, without roots of discipline, of commitment. And when difficulties, problems, the strong sun of persecution or tribulation because of the word come, they give up. The first obstacle, the first criticism, the first time the result doesn't come quickly, they wither. They lack the root of character, of perseverance. And then the seed that fell among thorns. Perhaps the most tragic soil of all. This represents the one who hears the word, understands it, accepts it. The plant even begins to grow. The potential is there. But this person's heart is divided. The thorns, Jesus explains, are the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of riches. They are the bills to pay, the anxiety about the future, the incessant pursuit of more money, more status, more things. They are the distractions, the endless social media feed, the 24/7 news, fear, comparison. The good plant is trying to grow, but the thorns of life choke it. It cannot breathe. All the energy, all the water, all the nutrients of your attention and focus are stolen by these other things. And in the end, life becomes unfruitful. Busy but not productive. Full of movement, but without real progress. But then, there is the good ground, the prepared heart, the open mind. The person who hears the word, welcomes it, understands it, and, with a good and generous heart, holds on to it. They persevere. They protect the seed. They nourish it with discipline, with focus. They pull out the thorns of distraction. They dig deep to create roots, even when the strong sun appears. And this person bears fruit. And it's not just any fruit. It's an abundant harvest. 30, 60, 100 times more. This doesn't just speak of material success. It speaks of peace, of joy, of purpose, of impact on the lives of other people, of a legacy. Now, look within yourself with complete honesty. In recent years, in recent months, in the last week, what kind of soil have you been? Have you been the wayside, hard and indifferent, letting life's best opportunities be stolen by distraction? Have you been the rocky ground, full of initial excitement, but giving up at the first sign of difficulty, letting your dreams dry up in the sun? Have you been the thorny ground, allowing anxiety, worries, and the pursuit of fleeting things to choke your true potential, leaving your life busy but barren? Or are you ready? Are you ready to be the good ground? This parable is not a sentence. It is not a final diagnosis of who you are. It is an invitation. It is Jesus showing you that you have the power to prepare your soil. You can plow the hard ground of your heart with repentance and humility. You can break the rocks of superficiality with commitment and discipline. You can, with intention and courage, pull out every thorn of distraction and anxiety that tries to suffocate your soul. The seed of greatness, of transformation, of divine purpose for your life is being cast in your direction at this very moment. The question is no longer whether the sower will do his part. The question is, what will you do with the seed? What kind of soil will it fall on today? The choice to become good ground is yours. And the harvest can change absolutely everything. Reflect on this. Let this truth sink deep. What is the first step you can take today to begin preparing your soil? Share in the comments. what type of soil resonated most with you and what decision you are making from now on. Your journey can inspire someone else. And if this message resonated in your heart, if you felt the call to prepare your land, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications, because the journey to a fruitful life is just beginning. May you have ears to hear and a heart to bear fruit.